back, fellow YouTubers. Today I'm gonna come at you with a short tutorial on how to use Badger Stynylrez. Probably one of the best primers I've found so far to be able to use acrylics over top of. I do like to spray a lot with Tamiya's and also Vallejo products. So what we'll do actually is I'm going to spray a body of a vehicle that I've got set up here, but I'm going to show you how I make up my witch's brew, if you will, what I've found best for using this product. So let's crack at her. I've taken this bottle and I've shaken it really well so far. The products you're going to need are, I like to use UMP's airbrush thinner, and they say it's specifically formulated to work with all acrylic modeling paints. So far so good with this product. I used to use something else and now I just use UMP's airbrush thinner. Also, to help with the spraying, I like to use a little Liquitex Flow Aid. So just a couple drops and I'll show you how that's done. We're also going to need one mixing container and one pipette. So let's start with the Stynylrez. Depending on how big your project is, like I say, I've just got a small car body sitting here. So I'll take it and I'll add what I need here. And I just kind of do everything by eye if you'd like. Everything that I'm using pretty much comes out with a dropper format, as you saw. So what I like to do is I like to do a half and half ratio. So just pretty much eyeball what I've got in the cup. And do a half and half. You can kind of see, well, you could at one point. If I put the primer in first and then I go with the thinners afterwards, the primer is thick and heavy and will sit down at the bottom of the cup, and then you add your thinners on top. You can actually see the half and half mixture as it happens. And then Flow Aid, I don't like to go crazy with the Flow Aid. Like I say, it's just that, just a few drops of Flow Aid. And then what the pipette's for is I actually use it, I suck everything up and I push it back out again. And then I'll give it a stir. What you're looking for obviously is a consistency of milk. So if I get this mixed up quite well, I like to see how it sticks to the side of the cup, and using my pipette, see how it comes out rather thin. And that's what you're looking for. You can spray the Stynylrez straight out of the bottle, but I highly recommend that you thin it out the way that I'm doing here. So I've got that all mixed up now. Just give it a little extra mix. And make sure what you've sucked up originally in the pipette is going to be the primer that we put in first. So we make sure we get the product in and out quite often. As you can see me, I'm sucking it up and putting it back in. You can do this with the short pipettes or long pipettes, or you could do it with just a take some towel here to rest the pipette on. What you could use is a brush or a Tamiya paint stirrer. Here's the Tamiya paint stirrer. You could use that, mix everything all up, and you could also use a brush that you don't use that often. Like I say, stir all that up with the brush and away you go. You don't really need the pipette, so if you don't have any, you can just use that product. So let's take it to the booth. Alright, now we're over at the spray booth getting ready to spray our Stynylrez primer. What I'm using to spray with is the Iwata Eclipse HPCS, and it is equipped with a 0.4 needle, so a 0.4 needle. I'm spraying with a air filter in and a water filter and air filter through the compressor, which also helps. I'm running at 25 psi or 1.5 bar for our European friends. So we'll take our mixture and we'll put it in the paint cup here. I'll get a little more in there. I mixed up quite a bit of primer, but I'd rather have more than enough than not enough. So as you can see, we kind of have a bit of a separation, and what I like to do is I'll just backflow a little bit. Not overwhelmingly crazy. Now as you can see, I'm using a spray booth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to now turn on the booth, but probably edit out later because it is pretty loud. So I'm sure you can hear me speaking over top of it. And what we'll do is we'll do a quick test spray. And I'm using the Tamiya model stand, which you can put down and spin it as you're spraying. I've also got the body taped on the insides where it'll attach and you won't see it later. So I like to start just misting the body. And you can see it going on, but it's a light color on a white body probably isn't the greatest visibility. I'll take in just a touch and see if you can catch that a little better on camera. Now it's just a light misty coat. Not to let the primer build up too much. You always want to make sure you have good trigger control. So I'm starting past the project, coming in. Be very careful you're not spraying it too heavy, because I have it thinned right out with the flow reducer and the thinners. I'm sure you can see the misty coat starting to build up. I don't want to get in one area for too long, not with the first coat. Pretty much got the model covered with a nice misty coat all the way around. shortly here is I'm gonna stop and just let that coat set in. And when I carry on, I will most likely take it off the carousel. See a nice light misty coat. And the reason I spray it so thin is it'll be less sanding when I come back to sand it out before we apply the filler. Alright, pretty much got a really good mist coat on it. Don't want to get too carried away like I was saying before. We're going to let that dry for roughly 5 minutes. And we'll come back and hit it with a heavier coat. Alright, we've given it 5 minutes to flash off. As you can see, it does put down a nice smooth coat. Primer this way. Now we can come back in and hopefully get our final coat in. There we go. As you can see, we have a little bit of color separation in the color cup. So all I'm going to do once again is just give it a little bit of backflow, help mix it. Test spray off to the side. Alright, back in with it. This time we're going to get a little heavier. What I like to do is I like to take it off the carousel and do it by hand now. This way I can tilt it in the light and see how much primer is actually laying down. You don't want to get too heavy. Put it in a nice even coats. Always spraying past your work and coming back in again. Want to be very careful of is that we're not getting any runs and we're not getting any heavy buildup spots and that orange peel effect. Looking pretty good here. I'm pretty happy with the result. Just go back in and do your touch-ups. Quick look around, make sure we didn't miss any spots. close here. The reason I didn't spray up in this area here, I can, but I really have no need to because the way the body matches, I don't need to do that. So there you have it. Probably in a little too close, maybe a little too far. Take our airbrush and we'll set it aside. I don't know if you all have one of these, but this AirPod is great for holding your brush and for cleaning it out. Same thing with the Tamiya carousel stand. Very nice to have. That way, like I'm saying, you can spray it and spin it around as you go. Getting a little tighter on that for you. So as you can see, as it passes over the light, it's nice even coats. There's no orange peel effect. And that, my friends, is a quick tutorial on how I use Stynylrez. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, 2 thumbs up, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.